Yeah, they vote.
They vote. You agree with us then?
Yeah.
Now the problem is those are the people we have a fucking problem with because just because your tax bracket is now different, you can't forget what the fuck situation we all are in, and that's the motherfucking Stephen A's in them. It's just that simple. They forget that. They get in these tax brackets and forget, damn, I've been rich so long, I don't even remember how to be poor. I don't remember having to be on food stamps. I don't remember having to fucking be in a shelter. I don't remember that type shit. I don't remember having to wake the fuck up and be on time or I'm gonna get fucking fired. Simple. They ain't used to that. So they don't give a fuck when they go to the bank or when they go try to get a house, they discriminate against. They don't care about none of that because none of that affects them. So of course, once they get in one tax bracket, it's like fuck the culture. I'm gonna vote Republican. It's that simple. Nothing that Democrats vote for does anything to do with rich people. And once a black person get to be rich, they part of that whole clan. They part of it. And we were looking for the black people that once they get in there, stop and say, even though I'm here, nah, I'm still looking out for my peoples. Those are the people we fuck with. It's just that simple. The motherfucking bridge collapsed in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying, dog? We had a speech earlier. I want everybody to listen to the speech from Biden. We're gonna come back at the end of that. We're gonna talk about that at the end and see what he said about the bridge and what the government gonna do or he gonna do or anybody gonna do. Feel me? Now, to me, I think the bridge collapsed too fucking easy. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers that think they know what they're talking about tell us that it should have failed. I don't give a fuck. You cannot hit one spot and the whole fucking bridge fall. That's telling me that shit old.
It got built in 70s.
So, and therefore, when we start saying our shit is old, which party, again, is why we voting right now, and it's why we on this podcast, which party invest in reconstruction of your community? Who invest in rebuilding bridges, schools? Who invested in that? Can we answer that question at the end of this? We're going to come back to that and ask which party invest in those two things and which party neglect those things. So therefore, if you make a bridge 100 years ago, Republicans don't give a fuck about putting no money into making sure this bridge don't fall. They don't give a fuck. Long as they get tax cuts to the rich.
The last member of the delegation, Bridget. Good afternoon. Before I leave for North Carolina, which I'm going to do in a few minutes, I want to speak briefly about the terrible incident and accident that happened in Baltimore this morning. At about 1:30, a container ship struck the Francis Scott Key Bridge, which I've been over many, many times commuting from the state of Delaware in our train or by car. Been in Baltimore Harbor many times. And the bridge collapsed, sending several people and vehicles into the water, into the river. And multiple U.S. Coast Guard units, which are stationed very nearby, thank God, were immediately deployed along with local emergency personnel. And the Coast Guard is leading the response to the port, where representatives from the Federal Highway Administration, the FBI, Department of Transportation, the Army Corps of Engineers, as well as Maryland officials and Baltimore Police and Fire. We're all working in Baltimore, the county executive, both United States senators and the congressman. And my Secretary of Transportation is on the scene. I told them we're going to send all the federal resources they need as we respond to this emergency. I mean, all the federal resources. And we're going to rebuild that port together. Everything so far indicates that this was a terrible accident. At this time, we have no other indication, no other reason to believe there's any intentional act here. Personnel on board the ship were able to alert the Maryland Department of Transportation that they had lost control of their vessel, as you all know and reported. As a result, local authorities were able to close the bridge to traffic before the bridge was struck, which undoubtedly saved lives. Our prayers are with everyone involved in this terrible accident and all the families, especially those waiting for the news of their loved one right now. I know every minute in that circumstance feels like a lifetime. The bridge is also critical for travel, not just for Baltimore, but for the Northeast Corridor. Over 30,000 vehicles cross the Francis Scott Key Bridge on a daily basis. It's virtually, it's one of the most important elements for the economy in the Northeast and the quality of life. My transportation secretary is there now. As I told Governor Moore, I've directed my team to move heaven and earth to reopen the port and rebuild the bridge as soon as humanly possible. And we're going to work hand in hand with the support of Maryland to support Maryland, whatever they ask for. We're going to work with our partners in Congress to make sure the state gets the support it needs. It's my intention that the federal government will pay for the entire cost of reconstructing that bridge. And I expect the Congress to support my effort. This is going to take some time. The people of Baltimore can count on us, though, to stick with them.
Through that speech, you can, first of all, he says the government going to pay for every dime to rebuild that bridge. Do you believe that?
They have to.
They can leave it up to the state.
No, they can't leave it up to the state.
Why
State
not?
don't have the money to do it. The state don't have the money or that bridge has to go up soon as possible. No matter how many years it takes, that bridge has to go up, because if that port out of Baltimore is not running the way it's been running, it's fucking with the economy. It's going to seriously fuck with it. Coal and grain comes through that port. They don't even have another port that they can send coal and grain through right now. So don't nobody know how they're going to get that coal and grain to where it's supposed to be. They don't even have enough. Norfolk can't handle it, and it's another one they send this shit to. They can't leave that on the state. The federal government has the money, the means to get that shit done. They'll get their money back from the state.
Wait.
But they're gonna kick it out first.
He said the government going to pay for
Everything.
dime.
Yeah.
He ain't have to do that. What do you mean? State got to put. They ain't have to do that. He can say we're going to system, and everybody will agree with that.
If you
ain't have to jump out there and say I'm gonna pay for every fucking thing, just get it up.
Because look,
he had to
this is what I'm saying.
You feel me?
He has to do that. He needs to do that, because if that port, if you got to go through us getting money from the state, getting money from here, getting money from there, that's too much red tape. For Biden to come out, which is the right thing to do, and say, fuck that. The federal government is going to pay for everything. We're going to put that bridge back up. That cuts out the red tape. That means when you get the bodies out the water, when you get that when you get all that shit up out the water, shit gonna get started with the quickness. If you got to go through the state, you got to go through a whole bunch of red tape. That shit had taken. They started building that bridge in 1969. They didn't finish to 1977.
As president, he didn't have to commit to 100% of paying for anything. He could have been like, we're supporting in Baltimore, Maryland, anything they need, we here for them, we're going to support them. He did not have to jump out there and say, we're going to take care of the bill. And it's going to get up fast as possible. He didn't have to do that.
He could have did that, but it was going to take even longer.
Yeah,
it's going to take even longer.
Who would have held him responsible for that?
He could have.
Nobody would have cared?
Yeah. Or he could have did that and said, and the federal government was going to end up taking out all the money off the break anyway, and then they'll just get their money back. But just come out and say, and plus, come on, it's an election year.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on, you ain't going. Yeah, the federal government, we putting that motherfucking bridge back up. That's showing the people out there, I get shit done. When shit happen, I'm on it. Yeah, fuck that. We ain't waiting for the state. We ain't waiting for this. We ain't waiting for the state to allocate money, because
which would take longer.
It's going to take longer, because if it got to go through the state house, you gotta have appropriations. You got to go through Ways and Means. You got to go. So yeah, Biden did the right thing. We putting that motherfucker back up. We'll worry about the other shit later.
No, all I'm saying is he didn't have to do that.
No, he didn't have to do it. You're right.
He did not have to say that at all. But he put himself out on a limb when he did that.
No, not really, because
the Republicans gonna force him out there, and they're gonna start talking about Baltimore should have been taken care of, and all this bullshit. They're gonna start talking about it's a ran down state and all this bullshit.
They're already doing that. They've been doing that all day.
Oh shit, I ain't even catch that. I just knew they was gonna do.
They've been doing that all day, but they can't look. The Baltimore port is so important to the economy.
But I do agree with you. Most of this shit would have been so long. One part of Maryland, but like I ain't paying for that shit. Yeah. This other part, like I ain't doing that even. And all this bullshit would have been going on. I get that.
But see,
But what I'm saying,
Right,
all I'm
it's
saying
wrong.
is he didn't have to say that.
No,
he didn't
but
have
he
to
did-
commit to that.
but they was gonna end up doing it anyway. So why not just come out there and
They don't
and put
have
it out
to.
there? No, he didn't have to. He could have said that we're gonna work together and get this bridge built.
That's
back
what I
up.
mean,
He
yeah.
could have said that. But the best thing, but he in a way he really had to, because it builds him up. It he gonna win Maryland anyway. But
That's what I mean.
what he did was he showed the rest of the country that if something like this happened to you, I'm there for you. And plus, he had to do it anyway, because that port is so important to the economy. You can't have that motherfucker down forever. You can't lose that. Look,
I
coal
get
and
it.
grain goes to that port.
I get that.
Nowhere to go.
I get that.
That's the
But in reality,
the
didn't have
11th
to do
largest
that.
port.
you know how
The
many
ninth-
bridges them fell down in Iowa and all these states and shit.
Yeah.
Never heard Trump say, "Hey, stop! I'm gonna pay for all that." You don't have to
No.
do that. That's the state problem. He didn't have to do anything. Be honest, with you. He's just gonna assist them. But he said he's gonna take the whole bill. That's all
Right.
I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. He didn't have to do
He
that.
could, like I said, he could have been, but it's in his best interest. That's why I say he had to do it. It's in his best interest, and it's in the best interest of the country anyway. Because you cannot have that. You got to get that bridge back up for traffic, for commerce. You can't even
Yeah.
you can't even move. You can't even move shit. You got all of these vessels in that bay right now
Yeah.
that can't move, and somebody got to pay for that shit. Prices going to start. See, when prices go, when prices start going back up, because companies going to start fixing the price of this shit into their prices, and shit going to hike back up, they're going to blame Biden. That's another reason. They're going to say,
But first
the
of all-
prices is going back up.
First of all, Republicans, they find angles to blame people regardless. Watching
Right.
Fox today, as the joint was, they were looking for people. All they saying is, "Hey, where the secretary at? They 5 minutes away." It's like they say stupid stuff like that, where
Right.
average person would be like, "Yeah, DC is that close to Baltimore." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's just
45
not that
minutes.
fucking simple for somebody to stop what they doing
But
after having schedules.
I seen
You
that
gotta
dumb
have
shit.
motherfucking people to follow you there, take you there. All shit gotta be mapped out. You can't just stop and go somewhere, bruh. This
But
shit
see,
is dumb.
When they said that, he was already there. But Ben Cardin was there. Kwasi Mfume was there. You had all the senators in the state. You had the governor. You had the mayor. You had everybody. All of that shit is fake ass outrage. Every time something motherfucking go down, it's fake ass outrage. Just like they want to blame. The first thing is Biden's fault that the bridge in Baltimore came down. How the
Let's
fuck
talk
is
about
it-
that then. Let's
how
talk
the
about
fuck
that.
is it Biden's fault?
Only one party puts up bills for infrastructure. What party is that? Is it any bill that Republicans put up for infrastructure to rebuild the bridges? Who put bills up for that? I remember Obama did. I remember the Build Back program, whatever the fuck. There was shit going on in our streets. You need more of that, but they can't do it if a motherfucker cutting budgets and trying to block you from doing that. It's just like, this is our problem with this shit. That's why it's not even a Black MAGA thing now. It's just a broader Republican thing now.
When they had the chance to do that, when Bill Clinton left office, Bill Clinton left a surplus. He left money there. They didn't take, they was talking about during the campaign, yeah, we gonna build up some of our old roads and bridges and all this old shit. Got in the office, tax break for the rich. Fuck the economy back up.
Tax rates for the rich. That's the key point.
That's what
Remember
happened.
that.
That's what started it.
So we're not building bridges. We're giving that to the rich.
Then the war in Iraq and Afghanistan started. So you already knew that shit was out the window. But you had a fucked up economy when Bush left. You get Obama in there. They fight Obama on everything. He tried to do it.
The first bill he put up was what? The ACA, Affordable Care Act,
Yeah.
which they call it Obamacare, which is a slang. Like, when a motherfucker call me leftist, right? To me, that's not, when you say Obamacare, that's not, you feel me? It's called the ACA. When you say leftist, that's a slang, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? Now I can see if you say conservative, liberal. You know what I'm saying? When you start saying leftists and all that other stuff, that's being almost what's that word when you trying to be motherfucking derogatory towards a motherfucker? You trying to throw out slang shit. Yeah. And leftists and all that shit, that's a Republican thing.
They try to be funny. Like the Republicans keep calling it Obamacare, and then he was like, Do you mind?
I do care.
He said, Do you care? He was like, Nah, I don't care. Because listen to what they say, Obamacare. That means Obama cares. Switch it around on them, kept it moving.
That's cool. I get that, but it was brought out to be a slang towards the bill.
Yeah, but just
that's
like
what I mean. Name. But everybody now uses the word Obamacare, and the name of it is ACA. It's the craziest shit. It's the funniest thing, right? Because we're gonna bring in the Godfather in a minute, but it's the craziest thing because when Obama was running this bill, that's when we was doing our contract in Smithfield, our motherfucking labor contract. And they was trying to throw out our health care, telling us you can use Obamacare.
Yep.
And it was this crazy shit that they was saying the words Obamacare at the table while we negotiate. And I literally stopped at the table and said, I don't know what y'all talking about. It was like Obamacare, the new bill, the ACA. I was like, from now on, I don't want to hear no. I swear to God, I could bring somebody to negotiate it that day on this podcast one day. I'm gonna bring one day. When they saw, they was looking at me like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, bro, it's not called Obamacare, brother. You trying to be slick with that. I don't want to hear that no more at this table, bro. They was looking at me like I was crazy. We talking about the motherfucker that ran the motherfucker Smithfield, motherfuckers that came down as executives of Smithfield. These are the Republicans. And they looking at me, he's talking about, nigga, don't say Obamacare no more. It's cooking up for this week, bro. It's ridiculous. Politics is rolling for sure. One thing we got, motherfucking your man Biden. We're gonna get on him later on this week. I'm gonna tell you. I be liking everything he do, but when the nigga walk away from the podium, though, they be looking old as shit. That when he walking slowly like that. I be looking like, why is nobody there? Where's the A's at? Why is nobody there walking with him? What is we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. He 81. We cannot look at an 81-year-old expecting him to run a 4.2 in the 40. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I get that. But like, you gotta have some people out there with him. Like, you can't let him look old by himself like that, bro. Like, you ever seen him walk away from the podium? It just be him.
They did.
By himself. He just be walking like that. Not old people do like that. It's just like this thing.
Yeah, but you wanna. It's already. They can't really. I don't think they really.
Can somebody come get him, bro, before he falls?
I think you gotta let him. You gotta let him walk on his own to the best of his ability because his age is already out there. They tripping on his age, and
yeah, but
so you can't. If you gotta help him off the podium and help him walk, that's just
no, but
feeding the narrative.
But people gotta respect the fact that he 81. If you say 81-year-old, you walk into the store, you gonna hold the door for him. You gonna make sure he got his cane right. You gonna pick him, make sure he's standing up right. Yeah, treat him like that. Don't just look at him, expect him to run 440 in a 40-yard dash or some shit. Treat him like an old man.
You want to continue being president of the United States?
Hold the door for him. Like, goddamn. Grab his cane or something, man. Like, what are we doing?
One day you come to a State of the Union in a wheelchair.
Hey, bro, help this man out, bro. Make it look better than that. You know, that's all I'm saying. Hey, what's her name? Camilla. Come on and talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Walk out there and laugh with him or something. Like, don't let this nigga just do this. And then open the door and slip out his hand. He got to reach again. Just not looking good. Like, stop it. You know, like, what the fuck? Man, you know, I don't know. I'm scared, bro. I'll be honest with you. I need him to stand up more straighter when he get into the debates. Oh my God. Appreciate y'all though, bro.
If you think he's too frail.
The appearance is my problem. Is like they got. If I'm his motherfucking campaign manager, the debates are we not sitting down. We standing up, we walking around, talking to people. We doing all types of shit. We're not sitting here just looking. Oh, fuck that. Not doing that though, for sure. Fuck that.
I don't want to see him do a town hall.
Oh.
Do a town hall. He got to stand up and do a town hall.
I gotta give motherfucker Trump credit for 77-year-old. He got some spunk with him, bro.
That motherfucker losing his fucking.
Right or wrong, shorty?
Yeah, he be
He's
moving.
77
That
He
motherfucker
be-
losing his.
or 78.
Listen, but you got so much.
He got some little. He's spunking.
Yeah, he got a little
Yeah,
something.
I'm telling you why he's.
Jeez.
He gotta keep running from that baggage. He got that's texting his ass.
Oh my God.